As we journey through life, there comes a time when the noise of the world begins to fade, and the quiet moments become our greatest treasures. In our golden years, the societal pressure to maintain a bustling social circle often gives way to a deeper, more personal truth. Happiness doesn't always come from the number of friends we have, but from the peace we find within ourselves. You know that feeling when you're alone, drinking your morning coffee, and suddenly realize you're completely at peace? It's a beautiful thing. I used to think that peace came from a packed social calendar, a constant buzz of activity. I was wrong. I discovered something else entirely, and I'm eager to share it with you. I am David Harrison, and welcome to this channel. I've dedicated myself to sharing wisdom about living well in our golden years. From practical tips to heartwarming conversations, we'll discover together how to make these golden years truly shine. Subscribe to stay connected and inspired. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference for me. Ready? Let's begin. Number 1. Understanding the shift in priorities. Do you know that shift that happens when you hit your 60s? When suddenly, those big parties and constant social plans start feeling more draining than fun? I went through it too. There's this moment, and you'll know exactly when it happens. When you realize you don't need everyone's approval anymore. One day I sat in my garden, watching the birds, and it hit me. I felt completely at peace, all by myself. Your priorities start to change, almost like turning down the volume on outside noise. Those weekly meetups, the endless coffee dates, the need to be everywhere, they start falling away, and something better takes their place, real contentment. Now I still treasure my family. Those bonds grow stronger each year. My grandkids' laughter means more to me than 100 social events. And those friendships from my past? I'm grateful for every single one, even if we don't talk as much anymore. Think about your oldest friend. Remember all those shared moments? Those memories don't fade just because you see each other less. They become part of who you are, shaping your story. The amazing thing about this shift, it feels natural. One morning you wake up and realize you're exactly where you need to be, comfortable in your skin and happy with your thoughts. Number 2, the freedom of self-reliance. When was the last time you sat alone and felt perfectly happy? Not lonely, not waiting for someone to call, just content in your own space. That's what self-reliance feels like. Remember when you first learned to drive? That sense of freedom and independence? Well, this feels even better. You stop needing others to fill your days. Your own company becomes enough. More than enough. I used to check my phone constantly, hoping someone would reach out. Now, I spend whole mornings reading, afternoons gardening, and evenings just watching the sunset. No pressure, no obligations. Just pure freedom. Every challenge you've faced, every storm you've weathered, they've built something solid inside you. That strength doesn't come from others. It comes from within, growing stronger each day you spend in your own company. Your life experiences have given you everything you need. You've earned this independence, this quiet confidence that comes from knowing you can handle whatever comes your way. Number 3, quality over quantity in relationships. Do you remember when your address book was bursting with names? When you tried to keep up with everyone? Those days are behind us now, and that's okay. I've learned something valuable about friendship. 3 genuine connections mean more than 30 casual ones. Those rare friends who really get you, who don't need constant contact to stay close, they're the ones worth keeping. Some friendships naturally drift away, like leaves in autumn. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. You don't need to hold on to every connection from your past. The right ones stay without effort. The friends who matter don't need daily calls or weekly visits. They're there when it counts. They understand your silence, respect your space, and pick up right where you left off. You've earned the right to be selective about who gets your time and energy. Focus on the people who bring real joy to your life, who make you feel understood without saying a word. Number 4. Cherishing solitude and reflection. You know those quiet mornings when you're the first one up? That's when the magic happens. Solitude opens doors inside your mind you never knew existed. I found my creative side at 70. Started painting, writing poetry, and keeping a journal. None of it's perfect, but that's not the point. These quiet moments belong to me, and they're precious. Your mind gets clearer in silence. You start seeing your life story with fresh eyes. Those old worries and regrets, they start losing their grip. New wisdom takes its place. Sometimes I sit in my favorite chair, sip my tea, and just think about the good times, the hard times, and the lessons learned. Each reflection brings me closer to understanding who I really am. In these peaceful moments, you'll find answers you didn't even know you were seeking. Your spirit grows stronger. Your heart feels lighter. That's the gift of solitude. Number 5. The importance of family and community. Nothing beats the sound of your grandchild's laughter or the warm hug from your daughter after a long day. Family becomes more precious with each passing year. Your family knows your story. They've seen you through thick and thin. When you're with them, you don't need to explain yourself. They just get it. That's worth more than gold. Good neighbors become like family too. Mrs. Johnson next door checks on me every morning. I water her plants when she's away. Small gestures that mean everything. Your local community holds a special place. The librarian who knows your reading taste. The barista who starts making your coffee before you order. These connections ground you and remind you where you belong. Time with family doesn't need fancy plans or special occasions. Just being together, sharing stories, laughing at old jokes. That's what fills your heart. These are the moments that matter most. Number 6. Letting go of social expectations. Want to know a secret? You don't need to show up at every event anymore. Those social obligations that used to run your calendar, you can let them go. I spent years saying yes to everything. Book clubs I didn't enjoy, parties that drained me, committees that took my energy. Then one day I stopped. Just like that. And guess what? The world kept spinning. Your phone doesn't need to ring all day. Your calendar doesn't need to be full. You've earned the right to choose how you spend your time and with whom you spend it. Some people might not understand when you say no to their invitations. That's okay. Your peace matters more than their expectations. Your time belongs to you now. You'll feel it in your shoulders first, that tension melting away when you start living on your terms. No more pretending to be busy, no more forced small talk, just pure, simple living. Number 7. Embracing the gift of your own company. Ready for the best secret about getting older? You become your own best friend, your own most trusted companion, your source of joy. I wake up each morning looking forward to spending time with myself, reading books I love, taking walks at my own pace, and cooking meals just the way I like them. Simple pleasures become sweeter when you're at peace with being alone. You've lived through so much, built a life full of experiences, created memories that make you smile. Now it's time to enjoy your own company, to appreciate the person you've become. Your thoughts are good company. Your memories keep you warm. Your wisdom guides you. Everything you need is right here within you. This is your time now. Time to live exactly as you choose. Time to appreciate your path, your own rhythm, and your own way of being in the world. And you know what? It feels just right. Your journey to finding peace and solitude starts right now. Take that first step. Spend a morning doing exactly what you want, with no plans, no calls, no obligations. Just you. I'd love to hear about your experience with solitude. What brings you the most joy when you're alone? Share your story in the comments below. You might help someone else find their own path to contentment. If this message touched your heart, click like and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Sometimes we all need a reminder that it's okay to enjoy our own company. And hey, don't forget to subscribe. I share new insights about living your best life in your senior years every week. Just click that red button below. Remember, your quiet moments are precious. Your time is yours. Your peace matters. See you in the next video.